Hey guys, so it's been a very long time since I've vlogged. I don't do this daily, obviously you can tell. I got a new job, yay for me, but, that comes with them type of coworkers that, get on your last nerves. No, I like the place. Oh, I do. It's just the fact that anywhere you go, you got them coworkers. And everybody know who them coworkers are. Who just think they the shit. I mean, the shit. But they ain't. They're nowhere near the shit. But I'm making this vlog. Excuse me, hold on for a second. Okay. So I'm making this vlog because I just wanted to let you know. Don't go into a job thinking you're going to be able to trust somebody. Because I'm finding out the hard way. Excuse me. Whoops. Okay. Wait. Okay. I'm finding out the hard way that coworkers ain't nothing but a full of shit. They are. Because I started my first week. It was okay. Everybody was nice. Second week, I found out people like to talk shit about you. Even though I said something, but what I said wasn't bad. I just asked a question because I feel like this one lady comes into work, right? She works for 4 hours. She comes in. Oh, by the way, I work at a nursing home. And I do housekeeping. So she comes in, gets her cart ready, goes to the place she needs to start at, and goes takes a break. And I'm like, we haven't even been here for like 5 minutes yet, and you already taking a break? So I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna get my cart, gonna cruise downstairs, gonna start on the bathrooms that I need to start. She ain't nowhere to be found. And I'm like, where is she at? I'm not going to say her name, obviously. But I'm like, where is she at? We got to get these rooms done. So I'm starting my rooms. Still ain't nowhere to be found. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? Like, where is she at? Obviously, she ain't doing nothing. She should be down here helping. I'm on my, like, 4th room. Here she comes, strolling down, and then starts on one room, starts talking to people, it disappears again. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm here to do my job, but you're here to, like, lollygag around. And that's not what we're doing here. We're not here to get paid to lollygag around, right? So she leaves at, I think it's like 12:30. And she tells me I didn't get to so-and-so's rooms. Like, there's like 3 or 4 rooms left. And I'm like, okay. So I go ahead and tell my other coworker when she left, I was like, does she always leave these rooms? Because I feel like she don't do these rooms. And I feel like she just don't feel like doing them. She's like, no, she has to leave, so that's why she doesn't do them. I'm like, okay, cool. That's cool. So I thought everything was fine, getting along with the girl that I thought was my friend here. I come into work the next day. I don't have to come in until like 12:30 that day. I come in, and then that lady asked me, she was like, can I ask you a question? I was like, sure. She was like, are you talking about me to other people? And I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, seriously, the fuck? Y'all starting this bullshit? She was like, yeah, I heard that you were saying that I work slow. I was like, never did I say you work slow. First of all, never said that to anybody. I said, yeah, I said that, I felt like you were leaving these rooms to me. And she was like, I have other things to do. And I'm like, okay, well, you have other things to do, so do I. I get called around all the time, but I still get my rooms done. Like, I get my whole side done. And I don't understand how you can't in 4 hours get at least like almost every one of them done. Like maybe like one left. No. So, it went down. I was like, you know what? I'm not on this bullshit. I'm not on this y'all talking shit behind my back, because I never once said that you work slow. And she was like, well, and I'm like, okay, so blah, 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 her name. I was like, so she told you? She was like, it's none of my business. I was like, it is the fuck your business. You're the one that brought this shit up. You started this shit. She would have never came up to me and asked me anything if you didn't run your big ass mouth to her. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done. I walked away, and she started talking to me. She was like, well, I was just asking her a question. I'm like, fuck that. So I walk all the way, like I'm about to leave, and she was like, she's probably gonna go and tell somebody what I said. I'm like, fuck yeah, I am. So I went downstairs. I'm thinking like I'm about to quit. Like I was legit about to quit. So I called my husband. I was like, come get me, because I'm ready to leave. And he was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. So before I even clocked out, I ran downstairs to our big manager, and I was like, can I talk to you? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I went in his office, and as soon as I sat down, I started crying. And he was like, no, it's okay, don't cry. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help it. And I told him everything that happened, and he was like, you know what, this is ridiculous. Me and blah 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 are about to oversee this department because your other manager is going to be leaving at the end of this month. So he's like, you know, I want you guys to know that we are looking around, and we hope that you do stay here because you're a great worker, and we don't want to lose you. And I'm like, thank you, that's very nice to hear that I'm a great worker. And he's like, it's okay, don't let them make you sad. So I go back upstairs, crying, just wiping the tears off my eyes. And I can hear her and the other one talking down the hallway like, I bet she went downstairs and told on us. I didn't do anything. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, one of them is like in their 50s or late 40s, and the other one's like around my age, and they're acting like 2-year-olds. Like, do you understand that? Like, we are adults. Like, I didn't think I was still in high school, because I think I graduated like 5 years ago. And this is fucking ridiculous. So it was just bad the rest of the day. I'm like, in my head, wanting to slam shit around, but I can't do that because that would disturb all the residents. And I gave her the coldest shoulder. Like, I gave that girl the coldest shoulder all day long. The rest of that day, I didn't talk to her. I didn't do anything for her. I left and just bounced. So the next day I come in, did the same thing, wasn't talking to nobody. At the end of the day, she asked me to help her. She was like, can you help me take blah, blah, blah's clothes to their room? And I'm like, you know what, this is business, this is work. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll help you. But I ain't talked to her. I didn't become friends with her again. And it's like, why the fuck would I help you? You just double-crossed me, and I'm not on that shit. I'm not. I got this from my other job, the job before that, and the job before that. It's like, anywhere you go, you gonna have them people that want to start shit, who want to act like babies. And it's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but it is. So, as I was saying, what happened next? So, I come in that Friday, and the one lady, she was like, can I talk to you? I need to talk to you upstairs. I was like, yeah, sure. So she apologized, and she was like, it wasn't supposed to come off that way. I wasn't trying to be mean to you. I was just trying to figure out what was said about me. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. But I felt like the blah 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 girl didn't need to come and tell you what I said because it wasn't anything necessary to be told. She was like, yeah, well, I just want to know if something's being said about me. I just want to know. I'm like, true, because I would want to know too, but I'm not going to go off and just be a bitch about it. No. I would pull you to the side outside of work, but never at work, because I got pretty loud, and I do regret it, because I could have lost my job for the way I was acting. So she apologized, and we're talking now, but the other girl thinks that we're friends again, and I'm like, hell no. So yesterday, brings me to this. Yesterday, she asked me if I could cover her shift this Friday. And not thinking about what happened, I told her, yeah. My dumb ass told her, yeah. She is the one that ratted me out. And I told her, yeah. So I got home and I told my mom, and she was like, why the fuck are you covering for her? She's the two-faced bee that just told on you, or just like ratted you out, and she's supposed to be your friend. I'm like, yeah, I know. And she was like, you better call her back and tell her no. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to be mean. I'm like, I'm not a mean person like that. Like, I told you, yeah, but I didn't really want to. You know, I felt pressured into it. Like, I don't like being pressured into doing something if I don't want to do it. I don't have to do it, because obviously I don't, because my name's not on that day for the schedule. So I don't have to do it. So she was like, tell her. And I'm like, okay. So I texted her last night, told her. She didn't answer. I'm like, okay. Well, I told her. I hope I have the right number, but I told her. So this morning, I had to text her again. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, yeah. I'm like, did you get my message of what I said? She was like, yeah, I did. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not coming in on Friday. She was like, well, I have something else to do. And I'm like, well, I literally don't have anything else to do. But I'm like, why can't you come in on this other day to do it? And she was like, well, it would put me into overtime. And I'm like, Amanda, whoops. I didn't mean to say her name, but. And I'm like, I can't do that for you. And she was like, well, this is going to mess me up. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't care, because you did me wrong, and I'm not going to do a favor for you when you did me wrong. So I told her no, and she was like, cool. So I know she's pissed. So I know today is probably not going to be a good day, because she's probably going to be pissed all day long at me. But, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Like, I didn't feel comfortable doing it for her. I didn't. So I know she's going to be pissed at me, but that's just the price I got to pay. But, yeah, so tomorrow, oh, shit. So, tomorrow, it's going to be interesting. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. I gotta go. Bye.